you guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are feeling awesome today. You guys got amazing rest last night. Good morning. Today I'm so excited. If you've clicked on this video, you've already read the title, obviously. Today is going to be a little bit of like a self-care video mixed with a little bit of what 2021 taught me. 2021 was a very interesting year. For some, it's even been worse than what 2020 was. So I just kind of wanted to like do a video to like end out my year, basically just seeing like everything that I've learned this year and how much I developed and I grew and things of that nature. So I'm excited to get into this video. So today I have a few things ready to kind of do this whole self-care thing. I decided that I was going to do kind of like an at-home or like a homemade, if you will, kind of like face mask. I decided I was going to go with all natural avocado and I'm just going to chop it up and mash it up and place it in a bowl and do like the old school traditional avocado mask. I'm really excited. If you guys can see, like I struggle with like dark circles underneath of my eyes. Hopefully some avocado can help me out, help me get going and kind of turn myself around for 2022. And since we were going to do like a face mask kind of thing, I was like, well, we might as well do like the whole face. So I decided that I needed to go and find my lip scrub. I bought this like eyes, lip, face, or elf as people say. I bought this lip scrub a while ago. I think it was like from Target. It's kind of like a brown sugar like lip scrub, and you just kind of like put it on. It has like the sugar already in it. And you kind of just like rub your lips. So I did get that. I thought that would be pretty cool to kind of like just kind of take care of the entire face. I also already washed my face off camera. I usually use, there's my bag of toiletries. But for my face, I usually use Cetaphil. I hope you guys can see that. Ooh, I feel like there's a glare. There we go. I usually use Cetaphil or Cetaphil. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Cetaphil. But I use their like daily facial cleanser. It's just like kind of like the only thing that just kind of like gets down to the nitty gritty and does what I needed to do. So I already did that, but I will obviously, once this is done, continue with like my face, my like skincare routine, doing like my toning and my moisturizer, my under eye cream and all those serums and all that other stuff. I'll do that once it's all done. But without further ado, this intro has already been long enough. Let's go ahead and dive right into this video. All right, you guys, so as I'm talking to you guys with this first one, I'm going to be cutting up my avocado just because I don't want to talk and not actually do the task that I want to be able to do. So I might be looking down, but that's really just because I need to get this avocado out of its shell. So first things first, 2021 has just been a year of like insight for me. I definitely have learned myself 100% more this year. I feel like other people have kind of had similar experiences this year, but for me personally, I definitely learned who I am and like what I want out of life a lot more this year. And I think that that just leads me like to my first point, or the first thing that I know for sure that I learned this year was to not get stuck on what I thought my life would be at this point and live in the moment. So as a Libra, and I know it's like, why are you talking about zodiac signs? But some things I believe are really true, like, you know, when it comes to zodiac signs. And I'm saying my zodiac sign obviously because it fits. I feel like Libras, we dwell on making sure that our lives are balanced. And with the balance comes planning and making sure that everything makes sense. So that way you know that life is balanced, right? Which is great. However, I felt like me personally, I get stuck on what I thought was going to happen by this point in time in my life and not what's actually happening. So it in turn kind of made me like a little bit depressed rather than appreciative of where I am, right? So at this point, I turned 27 this year and I am, I have my master's degree. I'm a teacher. I have my master's degree. I started a small candle company. I live by myself. Like I moved into my own place this year. I have my own car that like I really, really love and things like that. Like there's really not much that I need to complain about. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to gloat. I'm just saying it to like, just say like God has been good to me this year, and it's just been awesome. So like there's nothing really for me to complain about. So to get stuck on, oh, by this point I thought I would have 2.5 kids and a dog in a house with a white picket fence, and I'll be like in a good neighborhood in the suburbs, things like that. To get stuck on that is kind of like defeating the purpose of everything, or not defeating the purpose, but more so like, I guess, counteracting all the positive that's happened to me in my 27 years of life. Some of the things that I've accomplished, people are like, oh, I wish I would have done that before 30. I wish I would have done that before I got married. I wish I would have done that, before I got to this point in my life. You've accomplished all these things. And so I had to kind of like take a step back and realize like, it's okay to not be where I want to be in life, or where I thought I was going to be rather in life. And it's okay to be very happy with where I'm at in life right now. And I have a good life. Like there's, again, not much to complain about. Like my parents and my family are very supportive in everything that I do. So I have like a good support system, which is great. I have like amazing friends. We'll get back to that. But I have like amazing friends, and there's not much to complain about. But yeah, so with that being said, like it's been a great year, and there's really not much for me to complain about. And I just learned, or 2021 itself, the entire year has just taught me to like take a step back and really look at where you are in life and be grateful. And recognize the blessings that you have in your life. Like your life is not that bad. It could always be worse, and it may have been worse if you made some other decisions in your life, but the decisions that you made got you to where you are right now. So be happy with where you are and be content, no matter if this is where you thought you'd be or not. So that was one major theme that I learned this year, and it feels good to be on the other side of it, like obviously before I realized that, I was like, oh my God, I thought I would, I wish I was, my life's okay, but and it's like, what are you complaining for? Like you still have breath in your body. You're good. You have a great life. You're healthy. And even the parts of you that weren't healthy just got surgically corrected. Like you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you to the point where you need to be complaining and saying, woe is me. So yeah, all that to say, 2021, one major theme this year was to just realize that it's okay to not be where I thought I'd be at this point in my life. But to sit back and realize, how good I've got it. I finally cut up all this avocado. I still have a little bit left. I guess it's kind of like hard. It won't like let me get it out, but this is what we've got so far. So I'm just going to mash this and continue to mash until it gets kind of like soft and a little bit more pasty. Moving on, another major theme that I realized was like so awesome, and I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a longer section of like my story time / self-care video. So one thing, or another thing that was a very major theme this year, was friendships can be temporary. And that was a hard pill to swallow for me, because I'm very much one of those type of people, like friends or the people around me define me to an extent. Not that I've ever had a large amount of friends, because that wasn't really my personality to have like all these friends, but I had like a good core group of friends for a very long time. And so 2021, and even at the end of 2020, my like friends that I've had for so long, like since high school, even friends that I've had prior to that, like childhood, like elementary school and even daycare that I've had friends with, our friendships, or my friendships this year, have very much been tried. One of my friends from high school, it was like at the end of last year, we went through this like very, very, very tough situation where like she was kind of just like, for lack of a better term, sneak dissing me. And I don't even use that word, but that's just like the best way to kind of like generalize what I'm trying to say right now. It's like she basically was like talking about me behind my back, but put it on a public platform. So another friend of mine noticed it, and it was very interesting to kind of like be on the side of like, okay, I mean, like we've been friends for how long, and whatever you had to say, like you couldn't just say it to me. So like that's kind of when it came to like this whole like friendship transition that I'm going through. It started actually at like the end of 2020, where like I felt like friends were kind of just being like ripped away from me, and like I felt like God was just like, no, that's not a friendship that we're going to do anymore. We're not doing that friendship. And so it's very hard for me to like kind of like gather that, because I'm like, we've been friends at this point, or at that point I was almost 26, and we have been friends for over 10 years, like, you know what I mean? So like that's a pretty consistent friendship for you to be in your mid 20s and you've had a friendship that lasted over 10 years. Like that's a pretty staple, like that's a staple that is now being removed from your life. So it was very tough for me to understand, no, actually we're not going to be friends anymore, because I don't appreciate that. Like if there was anything that you had to say, you could have said it to my face. I would have thought that we would have had that relationship, but for you to basically talk about me behind my back, that's grimy. I don't like that. So that was kind of weird to kind of like lose a major friendship for me. So that was like the start of it. And then that was maybe what, like September, I think, end of August, beginning of September of 2020. And then carrying into 2021, my very, very, very close friend from college, me and her like fell out. And it was very interesting because like, I don't even know, I kind of still don't understand why we fell out or why we're not talking. Maybe not so much as fell out, because we didn't really go like do the whole like back and forth arguing thing. So not necessarily like falling out, but more so like one of us said what we had to say, the other one said what we had to say, and then all of a sudden we weren't talking, and we haven't talked. And the only time that we've talked since then, this was the beginning of February or mid-February, the only time we've talked since then were holidays and birthdays. And it's weird because that's not our relationship. Like we very much talk on a regular, at least once or twice a week. So to not talk to my really, really, really close friend, like my best friend, for months at this point, it's kind of like, okay, that's weird. So in the beginning of it, that was very tough, because I'm like, oh my God, like I just lost one friend, but that friend was grimy. So like, it's okay to lose that friend, you know, but it's still an adjustment, because that's 10 years plus a friendship that just got thrown away. And then to now have like my other really, really, really good friend, actually, I'm not even trying to like throw shade, but my even better friend, to be quite honest, to have my even better friend now, she and I aren't talking. I'm like, okay, like, is it me? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't really understand why all my friends are no longer my friends. And it's only been my female friends. Like, my male friends have been consistent. They're still the same. I haven't lost any male friends. But my female friends and I have kind of like fallen out. And so that was kind of like one of those things that really just made me like look at myself and say like, okay, like what am I doing? Like, is it me, or is this just a season? And so what I've concluded was that I don't think that my best friend from college, I don't think that she and I are like done with our friendship for forever. I think that the both of us just very much had to grow outside of each other, and not that our friendship was hindering, because that's not what I mean, but like we have some other growing pains that like or some other growing situations that we have to go through outside of each other. So like it's going to be, it'll almost hinder us to kind of still be friends in the midst of that. So I think I don't think that this is a forever thing. I think it's more so like a temporary season, because our friendship, our bond is more so like a sisterhood rather than just friends. I don't think that you can just like throw that away at all. And mark my words, I'm sure we'll be friends in the future. I'm not sure when, but I'm not really concerned about us not being friends, if that makes sense. I think that it was just a shock because I didn't expect it. And I didn't expect friends to kind of just be like fricked away from me back to back like that. So yeah, like now it's kind of like a matter of, it is what it is. Like, she's developing, she's growing, she's doing what she needs to do, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for her. And I like cannot wait till she gets to exactly where she wants to be in life. I'm actually going to pause this for a second so I can actually put this mask on my face that I swear I'm going to put on. Ooh, oh, maybe it's not broken down enough. This is funny. Okay, maybe I need to mash it down even more. I don't know. It feels good though. I know that sounds like really weird, but it feels good. It's nice and cool. And it feels like really good against my skin. I don't know why I didn't do this before. So yeah, like friends can be temporary situations. All right, guys, I tried to like do a little bit of this avocado off camera because I felt like I was just talking way too much and it wasn't. This mask has been going on for like forever. So I'm trying to get it on. To be quite honest, it's a hot mess express, but I really do like how it feels. I like the way it feels. Like, it doesn't smell amazing, but it feels really, really cool in my skin, and it feels like it's going to like kind of like relax maybe like some pressure or some like muscles maybe in my face, and that's exciting. The avocado mask, I've never done this before, so if I'm doing it wrong, somebody comment down below and let me know how to do this better. But I mean, as of right now, I'm okay with it. It could be worse. It's releasing some sort of like oil. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, maybe if I get a little bit closer, like my skin is obviously like a little bit like oily from the avocado. One thing that I learned this year for sure is that being single, or let me back up, being by myself is a luxury. And I don't think that I realized how much of a luxury it is until this year. So in my past, I very much struggled with accepting being by myself, right? Like I very much was like, in a sense, defined by if I was in a relationship, because of that like made me feel wanted and it made me feel like desired, and it kind of like validated me. So I was like looking for outside validation in, you know, in prior years. This year very much taught me that being by myself is a luxury that others wish that they have. Like my mom personally, and hopefully she doesn't mind me sharing like just a little bit of what of like her life or whatever. But my mom was one of those kind of people that left her house, like where she grew up, and went straight into being married. And she stressed with me for so long, like, it's okay, like do whatever you want to do prior to settling down and having kids and getting married. And I always heard her, but like I never like fully processed what she was actually saying to me until like this year. And so I realized like being by myself is actually not a punishment. It's not like God is saying like, oh, you're a bad girl, so like now you're gonna be by yourself. Like, no, it's actually not a bad thing. It's actually a luxury. And it's amazing to like be in my own space by myself, to have like my own situation, eat what I want, what I want to eat, watch what I want to watch, go where I want to go, and not have to answer to anyone, plan trips where I'm being by myself. And I'm like, this is great. Like I can do everything that I personally want to do. And I don't have to like do this because, oh, that's what he wants to do. So like, let me just abide and like, you know, be a submissive significant other. I don't have to do that. And there's a luxury in that some married people or some people that have been in long-term relationships don't have. So this year very much taught me like it's 1000% okay to be by myself. I have totally this year been placed in a singular situation. Like the Lord has most definitely like taken friendships away from me, has taken romantic relationships away from me, and has placed me in a spot by myself. A, to speak with him and kind of like get myself together with him, but B, to really just check in and enjoy this luxury with myself, being by myself, enjoying myself, doing what I want to do. So if you don't get anything else from this video, know this: if you are a single woman like myself, being by myself, say this to yourself, being by myself is a luxury. That is something that I wish I knew earlier in life, but I'm glad that I got that before I got married. I'm glad that I'm only 27 and I have that understanding. It's just a really good place to be in. So 2021 has most definitely brought me to a new place, a new perspective, a new mentality. And it all happened really because I was set in this place of being singular. Like I was by myself. So it made me look at myself and it made me understand myself 1000% more. So if you haven't, or if you felt like, you haven't learned anything this year, maybe take this into 2022 with a new perspective and say, hey, maybe being by myself isn't the worst thing. I don't know who's watching this. I don't know your personal situation, but if there's something or a relationship that you feel like you need to let go, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family member, whether it's a romantic relationship, maybe consider letting that go, and with the understanding that being by yourself is a luxury. So like I said, if you didn't learn anything else from this video, from me talking for forever and having this janky on avocado mask on, know that being by yourself is a luxury. And that is like the most amazing thing that I've learned this year. 2021 was most definitely very, very, very good to me. I've learned a lot, I've developed a lot, and I'm walking into 2022 like renewed, and I'm so excited for this new year. I am going to film a new video of my goals, ideas, plans, and things like that for 2022. That's something that you guys will probably see in the first week in January of 2022. So keep an eye out for that. My plan so far is to, sorry, this is starting to itch. My plan so far is to post every Thursday. So just, stay tuned every Thursday. Make sure you put on your notification bell so you know what time of day on a Thursday that I am going to post. There might be some other like vlogs or things like that elsewhere throughout the week, and I might be able to pick it up sooner, but I know right now for 2022 I just want to commit to posting one time a week and just being consistent that way, and then possibly growing my channel even the more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've taken away something from this video and I wasn't just chatting for all this time and you didn't learn anything, or you weren't able to take away anything. If there's anything that you want me to know, please, please, please comment down below. Or if it's something that that might be like a little bit more private, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. Like, let's be friends. This platform isn't just for me to chit chat with you and do things and have vlogs and things like that. It's definitely for me to connect and to be an impact and have a purpose with this channel. So if there's anything that you want me to know or you have something to ask me, definitely feel free to reach out. I swear I'm a nice person and I will totally respond to you. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Again, I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content similar to this and some more vlogs, some more lifestyle things, even a few teaching things here and there. And then definitely share this video with someone else, someone who you think might benefit greatly from just the words that were placed on my heart to speak today. So hopefully you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.